Hello, gentlemen. This is your normal disclaimer for Anime Month, or in general for Codequester videos. No audio, video clips from the show or shows in question are being used in any Codequestria videos, seeing that they belong to their proper copyrighted holders. This video, of course, being Sword Art Online for Anime Month. Rate, comment, favorite, subscribe to the video you are about to see. And in some cases, this video might include mature language or references to mature content. So, viewer discretion is advised. Welcome in to Codequestria. If this is your first time, enjoy. If you're a veteran, still enjoy. Let us know by hitting that sub button or commenting. Hello, gentlemen. This is your normal disclaimer for Anime Month, or in general for Codequester videos. No audio, video clips from the show or shows in question are being used in any Codequestria videos, seeing that they belong to their proper copyrighted holders. This video, of course, being Sword Art Online for Anime Month. Rate, comment, favorite, subscribe to the video you are about to see. And in some cases, this video might include mature language or references to mature content. So, viewer discretion is advised. Welcome in to Codequestria. If this is your first time, enjoy. If you're a veteran, still enjoy. Let us know by hitting that sub button or commenting. Anime Month continues today with the long-awaited review of one of the most, I have to be blatantly and say this, hyped anime I have ever seen. Now, I would be what you would call a part-time otaku. I'm not really an anime watcher. I'm not heavy. I try to find shows that appeal to me and I just watch them. Practically 2 months ago, however, Toonami got a hold of the subject of today's review, which is Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online, for the last couple of years, has been one of the most talked about, whether positive or negative, and most hyped up animes recently to come out of the genre. The anime based on short novels that are not really connected, but they kind of sort of are in the anime being released by Aniplex, also known for Full Metal Alchemist releasal, as well as others. Others plays on the mechanic of a video game gone real. At least that's what it seems like. Understand that this review of Sword Art Online is only of the first full series arc. Series 2 is currently going on and can be watched on Hulu Plus or on Crunchyroll or on any legitimate anime streaming site if you wish to watch Series 2 there. But as for Series 1, the original, it introduces us to our main character of the series, the anti-social but somehow very interesting Kyoto. Kyoto's a gamer, a really good one, and he's just recently gotten hold of the newest video game super craze, a game known as Sword Art Online, but we quickly find out that he was a beta tester for this experimental game. Using virtual reality style headsets, the players are whisked away physically into the game world with their own physical personas. They live, eat, sleep, and breathe as though the game is in their real world, although they're not. Only in the first arc, the game has a catch, as quickly explained from the creator of the game himself. That unlike other online games, this one has a big one. If you die in the game, you die in real life. No, I'm serious. That's the catch. No respawns, no second tries. If you die, you're done. And every player in the game gets their avatar shifted to look like their actual selves to better imply the point. To get out, however, they must beat the game, which is an 104 MMORPG gauntlet. Kyoto being, well, one of the beta testers and a pretty well skilled hacker, quickly earns the title of what they call a beater, a beta cheater, and plays up the role as cool anti-hero along the way. He meets up with other gamers and guilds and shortly interacts with them, seeing that at first he's such an anti-soch, he's a solo player. That is until he quickly runs into one of the best female players of the game. A female player known as Asuna. Asuna at first sounds like your typical, but really necessary, tough, independent woman character. And really, for the first part of the 26 episode part 1 arc, it seems to go rather well. But near the back end of the arc is where the arc tends to suffer. Because as the death game rounds out to a very quick conclusion, Asuna and Kyoto, well, do what most anime couples tend to do. There are other characters also involved as well, but they play individual episode bit parts. There seems to be a lot of filler in the first 13 of Sword Art Online, and yes, although the special effects, action scenes, and when it gets really important are interesting, the filler is almost a vibe killer for the entire show as a whole, and it spreads on outward when the second 13 starts. Once Sword Art Online has reached its end, another game is introduced called Offenheim. This time with Kyoto going into the fantasy RPG to rescue a captured Asuna, who has now been turned from a cool, tough anime chick to straight up damsel in distress. It's almost a saddening turn of events here, seeing a character that started out with so much promise being relegated to the typical anime chick that needs to be saved by the almost seemingly God character. And yes, Kyoto, while being very good at the game, you won't get that impression by watching Sword Art. You'll get the feeling that he's straight up God, able to manipulate the game as he sees fit, being able to take on full groups of 30 or 40 players at once and not even get touched. Even at the end, the very end, he does a godlike action that makes him look almost superhuman at times. It's it makes the character very hard to connect to. Although he does have his failings throughout the first full season arc, his successes almost overblow the fact that he fails. Plus, his his interaction with people in the real world doesn't really go over as well either. He does have a little sister that he lives with but barely interacts with. That is until she becomes one of the players in the second MMO used for the first series arc to try to get closer to him. The ending to the first arc is of course rather anticlimactic. I won't spoil it, and it leads into an OVA that is just what have the characters been doing lately, and acts as a setup for the second series that is currently going. The action and special effects do look impressive with some impressive looking fights in the early going, and the idea of a winner take all stake on your life death game is an interesting concept. The fact that the concept is not really alluded on and quickly abandoned makes the whole series as a whole kind of a letdown. It's got a potential of a great idea, but it falls completely flat in the back end and almost becomes comical and unwatchable. With Kyoto of course playing the role of star of the show almost too well. And with Asuna as supporter being relegated to a weakling sub, especially near the back of the series, it really falls prey to some of the action anime tropes that have befallen such other great ideas, such as the Dot Hack franchise that follows the same concept. Sword Art Online may be great for a start, but its back end is brutal and almost takes the entire series with it. But also, to add a little bit of my first impressions of Series 2 onto this review, it seems like Series 2 is finally learning from the mistakes of Series 1. Sorta. With a brand new game introduced, Gun Gale Online, which forces Kyoto to enter it to try to figure out the secrets behind the mysterious player known as the Death Gun, who has been murdering some of the best top players in Gun Gale. He just recently logged into the game when I watched the recent episode, so I have to watch episode 5 in a matter of days or so to really continue to see what's going on. You'll know my opinions of Sword Art Online 2 when that series is over, probably as a Katic review for all you Sword Art fans who want my opinion on the second arc. It does extremely well, but it throws a lot of the established sub-characters that you know and replaces them with new subs. Kyoto still seems like the do-everything character that he always was, but at least the game is somewhat interesting, although the clash between guns and swords in a competitive MMO seems kind of weird. But somehow it works, and the animation and music are just as good as ever. Although the concept is not life or death interesting like its original first MMO counterpart. Sword Art Online is a series that gets a whole lot of hype, but falls completely short of it. It's not really worth the amount of talk that it gets, although I would still recommend to give it a look if you're into series like Dot Hack or supposedly, according to other YouTubers, the much better Log Horizon, or any anime that might recommend you as a video game turned reality subplot. But Sword Art Online, for all its boasting, really falls flat under the notion of these are just short novels rather than a coherent narrative. And seeing how much Kyoto almost feels overpowered at times, the main character is somewhat disconnectable. On top of Asuna not really being used constructively, the and the quick rush to get rid of concepts that may be good makes Sword Art Online fall flat. That's why Sword Art Online, out of my 10 scale used for category reviews, gets only a 5 out of a possible 10. This show has so much more potential, but it just sorely falls flat. As for the next anime as part of Anime Month, that might be a little different as we take a more lighthearted turn with an underrated and viewed semi-classic. Wait for me, wait for me on Monday as we get our red spell books and talk about Zatch Bell. Until next time, find peace in your own nirvana. Thanks for watching.